Hi there, Libra. This is Jeffrey. This is Ripecolor, and this is your reading. Happy birthday. This is your reading for October the 16th through the 23rd. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, press the bell for notifications. Please become a member. Membership allows you to watch these videos social free. And I'm in my new apartment in Mexico City. And there's a little bit of an echo because I have furniture. But, it's a process. It's a process. And, I just did the weekly. Sometimes I do the weekly at the end, and sometimes I do the weekly at the beginning. And I did it at the beginning, and it was super loud. And it was like, well, if you wait long enough, it gets quiet. So I think that's part of the message. It's like, maybe there's a lot going on in your head or in your life, and it's like, sit around long enough and it'll get quiet, get clear. Like that. Okay. Having a huge sale on my on everything on my website. So that means handmade t-shirts like so, handmade scarves, readings, etc., etc. All the information is below. I hope to go back to New York, I think, by the end of this month. I'm not sure yet. But this is nice. Okay. We begin with the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is all about happiness, really. It's about joy. It's really about joy and creativity. And then we have the Strength card, which is, what I think? What I feel. So the Strength card is a really interesting card, really fascinating. It's a card of Leo. But so if you look at her, she's got the the symbol of eternity above her, right? So this means that she's the goddess. She's the eternal virgin, right? And comforting, mothering, loving, loyal, comforting more than anything. And she's guiding the lion, and he's willingly opening his mouth for her with his tail between his legs. So it's like, give in to the joy, give in to the creative aspect, because it's coming through really strong. Because here comes the Knight of Cups, who's sort of fiancé, and he serenades you. He's a serenader. Unfortunately, I live in the back of the building, so I maybe there'll be somebody in the building that serenades me. That would be nice. Yeah, allow the comfort and allow the messages and the intuition and the joy to come through. It's really nice. Yeah, because here comes the world. So the world is really about the end of one cycle and the beginning of another. It's the last card in the deck. It also is a symbol of Jupiter, and Jupiter expands. Jupiter expands. So it's like, yeah, you're going on a new path. You're going on a new path toward joy, toward listening to spirit, toward being comforted, toward allowing yourself to be loved. It's really nice. Whoops. And then I get this one again. This one has been coming up like crazy. So this is the Five of Cups. The so five is a change, right? And the five is really about a perspective. I always see all the fives. I have to get water. I'm sorry. I always see all the fives as perspective. This is a change. And sometimes you get these big things of water here. Eventually, I'm going to get filtered water in the apartment because it's just easier. All right. I always feel like the five. So if you look at the card, right, he's really in a state of grief. Sometimes it's just like the death of a loved one. So it's this grief, right? The things like the things I didn't say, like that energy. Okay. And because it's a five, it's really about where are you looking? What are you concentrating on? I feel all the vibes are like that. And if he turns around, he has two full cups here. Like all is not lost. You know, yeah, you've been disappointed. Okay, we've all been disappointed, but now it's time for a change, especially with strength coming through and the joy card coming through, the Knight of Cups with the gift and the world. So it's the end of it. And it's beginning of like a new chapter. It's beginning of a new chapter. Yeah. And then if you get quiet, you'll be able to hear the ministering of your own soul, you know, of saying, it's going to be all right. It's going to change. I'm going to move the table a little bit because that light, I don't know if you can see it, but I can see it. I mean, I like the light, but not when it goes through me. It's a little weird. There are a lot of sounds. So like the garbage, they don't put the garbage on the street. You know, we put the garbage on the street. So usually they ring a bell, the garbage man is here and everybody runs down with the garbage. I think that guy is, it's gas because they come around and bring like propane. It's really quite something. Okay, then I have the outline. So, you know, so the devil is really about a false path. And if you look at the card, you know, they have chains around their necks, but it's not like a chain around the neck with a padlock. It's like it's a chain that they decided to put around their neck. That they're living in this illusion that they have to, that they're tied to something false. They're living in an illusion that they're tied to the grief. You're like, what? Where would I be without my grief? Where would I be without my disappointment? Well, in the same place that you are now, but looking at things from a different perspective. Like, it's as simple as that. And then I get the 3. You know, there's nothing I can do about the background noise. I'm sorry. You know, yesterday the building was super quiet. You know what it is? It's Saturday. Everyone's home and everyone's doing their thing. So I get the 3, but I have no choice because this is the only day I have to do it. I have the 3, and the 3 is really like a little wish come true. It's about looking forward to the future. It's about being hopeful. It's about being creative. It's about expecting your ships to come in, expecting like all the actions, you know, that you've taken toward, you know, calling out, like my friend with the gas, like when he goes out and says, gas, gas, he expects to sell some, and he will, right? It's a little bit like that. I'm good at utilizing what's around me, that's for sure. And then I have the Page of Wands, who builds the oasis in the desert. So the Page of Wands is like, yeah, I'm onto something new. I'm onto something new. My passion is reignited because I've let go of the pain and the grief, because I've let go of this illusion that I have to be attached to my pain and my grief. That story is done, and a new one is beginning. I'm in touch with my soul. I'm being guided by spirit, and I choose to live in joy. That's my little message for you. Okay, away we go. Dancing in the streets, the card of joy. Strength and courage, and being guided by spirit. Receiving the gift of healing. Quieting one's mind to hear one's own spirit that says it's time to let go of the grief and move on into a new story. I'm no longer going to be on that false path of my grief defines me. I'm moving forward into the future with hope and optimism because I know that there are good things in front of me. And in those good things in front of me, I am going to build something new. Very nice reading. And I did all my marketing, so check it out. Blessings.